Welcome back to the little Style in Lumiose showcase from the Wire playthrough. In this part we're going to be doing a few more things that get us slightly higher ranks in our style points. So to start with, here is the Battle Institute, and in this I'm going to be showing off 5 consecutive battles. Not necessarily going to be winning them all because it's designed in a way, I think it's like a best of kind of thing, but you know, if you show up here and you do some battles, you get style points, and that's what I'm here for. I want to make myself the most stylish, most fabulous person out there, which I'm already the fucking champion, but you know.
Apparently you lack style.
Well, I think the champion position does give you some style points, but not enough to make the Megastones affordable. And in the last part, I did sort of briefly go over the benefits of getting high style points, but if I'm going to read off my list of things that I totally didn't copy down from Cerebi, in the boutique, I already mentioned that you get access to the posher boutique in Lumiose. The coiffure clips, I've never known how to pronounce that word, but the hairstyling place, you get access to more hairstyles, which that's weird that they would shut that off. Surely if you're willing to pay, you should be able to get a fabulous style anyway, but whatever. In the fur-through trimming place, you can get new hairstyles for your fur-through, which is okay. The cabs give you a discount. All the taxi drivers around Lumiose City, they're less likely to overcharge and then challenge you to a battle when you can't pay them. The Stone Emporium, obviously, I mentioned the main thing that I'm doing this for. So it starts at 500,000 Poké-Dollars, so that's what we were wondering about. Then as it goes up, it goes to 300,000, then 150,000, then 100,000, then 70,000, and then when you max out your style points, which it maxes out at 255, as you could probably guess, then it finally goes down to 10,000, and you can actually afford the fucking things, which is nice. There's also the shop, just general shops in Lumiose City. You get a discount if you're stylish. You get new effects in the PR studio, you know, that thing we did where you can kind of make your trainer promo, which I've got to say the league card system in Talking Shield is so much cooler. But yeah, there are a few benefits for this. It's not unless you're explicitly running the stones, it's probably not worth bothering with really, unless you're just doing this stuff for the fun of it. But you know, it does give you some benefits if you so desire. If you happen to have a fur-through who you want to have a fancy hairstyle. It is interesting in this game how they did limit the Pokemon hair trimming to fur-through, so you can't do the Gen 2 thing of, your Onyx had a nice haircut. Doesn't Magnemite look fabulous with that goatee or whatever?
Onyx with a buzz cut. Or a mullet.
Well, it already sort of has a single spike mohawk.
Yeah, that's his hair all along.
Yeah, it's just really thick hair gel that makes you think it's a rock type. But yeah, these battles, they are going to be going on for a little bit, so let's talk about the Pokemon on the screen. Scizor, one of the coolest steel types. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what can you come close to.
To me, in terms of steel types, I would say there's Scizor, Metagross,
Aggron.
Aggron is fucking cool, but I don't use him. I kind of wish he was still ground rather than still rock. Because rock is a bit weak as a type, I feel. Ground is just a bit more grounded. Yeah, I didn't mean that one. I really didn't mean that one, but it feels a lot more sturdier being ground type.
Yeah, ground types tend to be more reliable, a lot more durable, but still rock types do have their strengths, so...
Yeah, they can knock a bird out of the sky, that's important.
They're great against ice, flying, bug, fire.
Yeah, they do pull their weight a bit, but and the other steel type that's standing out to me recently, I really like Corviknight.
Of course, yes.
He is fucking beast.
I gotta admit, Corviknight is a superb design.
He's fantastic. Like, I kind of wish that maybe the mid-stage Corvus Squire was also steel type, because it kind of does feel like he gets a coat of armour out of nowhere when he evolves. It's like, Rookie D is a cute little bird, he does the job as a regional bird. Corvus Squire is cool as a regional bird, it just feels like when he goes to Corviknight, these whole metal stuff kind of comes out of nowhere.
Well, it goes from being a squire to a knight.
Yeah.
So you see the progression there.
Yeah, see that in terms of like the theming, that's fine. It's just the look, I guess. Like
it starts off like it looks like a blue tip, doesn't it? Or something.
Yeah.
Like, and then it sort of looks like a bigger one, and then it gets armour.
Ultimate Edgelord.
Stephen, did you really just have a little giggle at the word tit there?
No.
You did. You laughed.
I didn't.
Okay.
I swear I didn't. Unless I had some natural reaction to it that I didn't even know it is.
I am going to turn that laugh right up in post because I definitely heard it.
I'm certain I didn't. Oh.
I love how there's just like a natural reaction now. There's just like instinct.
It's like the 5-year-old in my head probably just goes like, laugh.
Anyway, here we have this Scavalier. Like, I think he's still type, isn't he?
Yeah, bug steel, because it gets its shell from Shelmet when you trade Carablast.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
When you trade Carablast for Shelmet, then Carablast gets Shelmet's shell and becomes a Scavalier, and then Shelmet becomes faster and becomes Excelgor.
Yeah,
or Excelgor.
Like, I know it's like beating an old horse here, but like the amount of weird and wonderful evolutions there are, I feel like sometimes it does go a bit too excessive in the you need to look this up to know to do it sort of department. Especially, have you seen how the Yamask evolves in Sword and Shield?
That's atrocious. But people have also looked into like what may be the reasoning to it, and that is kind of interesting.
Okay, so to contextualise for people who don't know, the way you evolve a Galar Yamask is by, I think you have to get it knocked down to half its health or less.
It needs to lose 49 health in battle, but it can't be done by poison or burn. It must be through direct damage.
Yeah, so it has to get that, and then you have to run underneath a certain set of stones in the overworld. And you know to do this. You find out accidentally somehow.
Yeah. You don't even need to level it up. The moment you walk into the area, it just evolves.
Yeah.
But apparently the reasoning for it may be that 4 and 9 in Japanese, together the words for them come together to sort of symbolise suffering, I think. Something along those lines.
Yeah,
for sort of like sacrifice.
Yeah, I believe they're both like considered quite unlucky numbers in Japan for that reason.
And then you take it to that specific area, which sort of is apparently meant to be sort of like an area for sacrifice.
Yeah.
So you've got this Pokemon that's suffering, and you take it to sacrifice it to get a stronger Pokemon, essentially.
Yeah, it's not actually evolving, you're just sacrificing it to your god and it gives you a better one.
It's bad enough that Yamask has one of the most horrific Pokedex entries in the fact that apparently it carries around a mask that looks like its human face. Yes, it used to be human apparently, and cries. I mean, I haven't seen Galarian Yamask's Pokedex entry, considering it does carry around a sort of bit of stone.
Yeah, because like the bit of stone it carries around is what makes up the body of the evolved version.
Yeah, Runerigus.
Yeah, I will never remember that name. Like, it's less likely to get itself censored on like the online, but you know.
That's still brilliant. The fact that happened in Gen 5.
See, the thing is that, like, I'm not sure about Gen 5, but for Gen 6, I think it kind of carried over for a while, if I recall.
No, I think it got fixed in Black and White too, if I recall.
Yeah, because like one thing I do know is that the 3DS and I guess maybe the DS do have like an internal word filter list, which I imagine they forgot to disable that or find a workaround. So that could have been what's causing it, but Yeah, like we talk about the weird evolutions. It's weird that they bring that one in and like the El Primi one where you have to do like the spin trick for like a minute straight or whatever.
Yeah, and it changes depending on the time of day and how long you're spinning for.
Yeah. But the thing is, this is the same generation where they simplified the Eevee into Leafeon and Glaceon evolutions. So they've retconned Eevee to make it easier to evolve it.
How does that happen now then?
It's either Leaf Stone or Ice Stone.
Oh, that flipping time!
Yeah, but like, you know, if they're gonna have this weird overworld shit that you got to do anyway, like, and this is the era where, like, theoretically, if they did the whole Moss Stone and whatever the Ice Rock thing is, they could do that a lot easier this time just by having those in the wild area. The reason why everyone hated that in last generations is that, like, quite often the stones would be really out of your way and you wouldn't get them till later game. Like, in Sun and Moon, it weren't until, like, the final dungeon where you can get the ice one. But, like, now, if you just put them in the wild area where, like, you get to about an hour into the game, then it really wouldn't be a problem. But no, they've retconned Eevee, but got this other far more complex evolution setup.
And they still keep Inkay the same.
Yeah, Inkay is still, like, you've got to turn your switch upside down.
Gyroscope.
Yeah. Like, eventually we're going to get a system that can't do that or works differently, and that's going to be fascinating, like, how they work around it.
Yeah, you must turn your Pokeball upside down.
Yeah. Or, like, trade it holding an upside down 3DS item that you get.
Yeah, it can't remain upright when it's holding this item.
Oh, amazing. But, yeah, like, the other one that's quite weird is Farfetch'd into Surfetch'd. It has to get 3 critical hits in a battle. I know there's an item that can boost your critical hit ratio.
Yeah, the lake.
Oh yeah, like, they can also, I suppose, Guard Spec does that. Not Guard Spec, Die Hit does that as well, doesn't it? Like, if you use that. Which, like, yeah, it's doable, but again, like...
It's very redundant.
See, I'm kind of in two minds about these things, because I know why they do it. What it is that for us, like, it's just a slight annoyance because we just look it up. Like, when we get confused about something, we just look it up. Kids aren't quite so inclined to do that.
Yeah.
So what it does is it becomes a talking point. It keeps kids talking about it as they find more stuff out. And that keeps the game alive for longer, which keeps brand awareness alive for longer. And this has been a constant thing since Gen 1, even back in Gen 1, like with the trade evolutions and stuff like that, which are arguably the worst kind of evolution. I hate trade evolutions. It's been specifically designed to keep it as a talking point, and I get it, but, you know, fuck the trades.
Can't they cancel that out? Like, it's just annoying, isn't it?
Well, in Sword and Shield, there is a chance that the evolved forms will appear in the wild. Like, occasionally you will see, like, a Machamp or whatever just wandering around.
A similar case would happen in Sun and Moon with the SOS battles.
Yeah, occasionally they will just call them in, but fuck that system
that's
so
gonna take
much.
Far longer. I didn't hate the system so much, just the fact that it was executed very well.
Like, I wish it was, like, just... you should be able to capture Pokemon while there's 2 on screen.
Absolutely.
Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, if you're trying to catch a certain Pokemon and you have to keep on wiping out the teammates that it keeps calling in, that gets really fucking annoying. But there's that, and also the fact that surely if they bring another Pokemon in, you should be allowed to send another one out. Just to kind of balance it out a bit, because then make it a proper double battle. Yeah, like a proper double battle. But no, like, if you want, you can, in early game, just encounter a wild Bagon and just keep on killing its bloody Bagons until eventually it calls in a level 10 Salamence. Which is fucking hilarious.
You pronounce it as Bagon?
Bagon. Who fucking cares? Yeah.
I've never heard it that way.
Well, I normally go to Bagon, but that sounded wrong. I don't know.
I always think of bagel when it's said. And considering the fact that Mega Salamence is a croissant. Go from one pastry to another.
What was that famous picture of where you couldn't catch? It was a load of shinies.
Oh, the Mareep, the 2 of them.
It still hurts every time I think of it.
Yeah, figure that.
Like I think what made that was I remember seeing a post underneath that of like all the things that are more likely to happen to you, like winning the lottery twice or something like that.
It's just not fair.
No, it's really not.
Yeah, you get the chance to have 2 shiny sharp, but you lose out.
Yeah.
You lose out the chance of being a millionaire.
Yeah. Plus, like, because in them systems, because of like you can't throw a Pokeball if there's only one, you can only get one of them. Man, how would you feel if you caught one of them and realised it had like a shit nature or something?
We've been over it. We've had this exact conversation.
I feel
before.
like we're just going in the same loop, but you know, it's just such a weird thing. But also, we just had Mr. Mime on screen. What do you think of Galarian Mr. Mime? I like him.
I don't care.
I like him, and I like Mr. Rhyme as well.
Mr. Rhyme's okay.
Especially when he just trots around in the camp with his stick and like.
Yeah, Mr. Rhyme has personality to its design. Galarian Mr. Mime though feels very bland and flat. Whereas regular Mr. Mime, it's got that creepiness to it, but it's also quite amusing to look at.
Yeah, I don't mind the Galar Mr. Mime, but I do kind of see that Mr. Rhyme is the better one. Although it does make me curious how a Kanto Mr. Rhyme would look if you have like the Kanto Mr. Mime, but like with a walking stick moving himself along or something. That would be kind of cool. Like, especially if they make him look older and he's got a beard or something.
Oh, what is Mr. Rhyme? I was going to say, like, what compared to Mr. Mime?
Mr. Rhyme is an evolution of Galarian Mr. Mime.
Okay, well,
It's
and then
sort-
regular Mr. Oh, right, oh,
Yeah,
okay. So
and it's
we're-
sort of got a Charlie Chaplin aesthetic to it. He's got a bowl and he's got a walking cane. He twirls it around.
Yeah, I legitimately like him a lot. And the other Galar form that's grown on me a lot is actually Meowth. Because Meowth, when I first saw that, I was kind of thinking it's just a ball of fluff. There's nothing to him.
But no.
No, what the front on look doesn't do him justice. What?
It's a beard.
Yeah, what cracks me up is when you see the camera go from behind and he's got a normal Meowth body and it's just a really long beard that goes down to his
Because
knees.
it's a Viking.
Yeah.
And I love Berserker.
Yeah, apparently Berserker's really good. It's got an ability that just sort of boosts its steel type attacks.
Ooh.
That is really cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm glad they didn't just go, here's Galarian Persian. No, they actually did something unique.
Yeah.
And I just never would have seen, I never saw that coming. Just like, oh, you're going to turn me out into a Viking.
Yeah, he literally is like Meowth with a Viking hat. It's so fucking cool. And like he's got the like armour around him
got
and that.
giant horns coming out. Granted, Vikings don't really have horns, but who cares?
No, well, you know, this Meowth comes mainly from Minnesota.
God's sake.
It all comes together!
It's all got full circle.
So the thing is, like, I find it amusing these posts about...
If only they could go back and modify the remake of the first film so that Meowth is dressed up as Galarian Meowth instead of being like on the front of the boat as like the... It's like, I don't really know what they call them, where it's like they got a figure of a person, or typically a woman, on the front of the boat.
I can't remember. I can't really remember much from that particular
It's like,
scene,
I
but-
know he's strapped to the front of the boat dressed up as a woman. As a sort of an ornament.
Basically, yeah. But like, yeah, it all comes together. And like, what also looks really cool in retrospect is during the trading card game, during like the Gen 3 trading card game, there was a set called Delta Species, where like the gimmick of the set is that on this island, the Holan Island, there are Pokemon that have been exposed to these radioactive waves and it changes their type. And the Meowth card was a dark and steel type. So it sort of preemptively predicted both of its variants. I don't know, in terms of Meowth, I would say my favourite design-wise was probably actually a Alolan Meowth. he's grown on me a lot. Like, I like that sort of cheeky, sort of got a bit of an evil look to him kind of Meowth. Persian ruins it. Like,
I'm just thinking of the Persian
The
one.
bulbous head is really out of place.
Like, I don't like the Alolan Persian, but Alolan Meowth is such a solid design.
I still prefer original Meowth.
Yeah, Kanto's second place and then Galar's third, but
I'd still love. I could go either way with Galar Meowth and Alolan Meowth. It's like I still really like both of them, but I still prefer the original. Plus, original Persian is vastly superior to
It's just the
Galarian
fact you've got
Persian.
such an elegant design, and then they just blow up its head.
Yeah. That's
it literally is just like add a bike pump in his ear or something. Yeah. But like, so
single tear goes down from its face.
But the thing is, like, I'll say, over time, Meowth has become one of my favourite Pokemon, and I like every form of Meowth. Like, it's just such a solid design, and the variants of it are just so good. I love Meowth. Like, not just from the anime, although that does have a lot of influence, because Team Rocket's Meowth is one of the greatest characters. But, like, you got him, and it's a solid kind of human-like cat design in general, which is just... I love him, you know? So, we're now at the Pokeball Boutique. I think this might be where I'm picking up more stuff. But what we did just see in that cafe that I went to a minute ago is that the guy there who you can tip, he transformed into the gym leader Grant, the rock guy from this game. He's kind of like an impressionist, which is weird. And this is the shop where you can actually get this special kind of balls. And why are they selling Premier balls separately?
Oh well, at least you can actually buy them instead of having to buy sets of 5 before you get one.
Sets of 10.
Whatever.
Like, it used to be that you could only get that if you bought 10 Pokeballs. Nowadays, it's like if you buy 10 of any ball, you get a free Premier Ball, which, it's cool to have a bonus one, I guess. Although, like, the Premier Balls themselves, they literally are just recoloured Pokeballs. They work exactly the same. So it's not really a biggie. They could have just gave us a free Pokeball with it. But I'm blowing a lot of money here on Pokeballs, I think, because...
Look, they got a Master Ball on display.
Yeah, can we buy that? It'd be nice if we
it's
could.
right there. It's within arm's length.
Yeah, we could get it, except they won't let us. The juice shop. Is that a French thing, like shoppe?
It must be.
Because I see that sometimes, but I don't know. So, by creating berry juice, you get a moderate boost in your style. I don't really get how that adds up. The stylish berry juice that you sit there drinking, okay. Like, if you're sitting there, like, sipping champagne or something, I'll get it, but berry juice...
Can't allow for alcohol.
No, but you can have Team Rocket getting drunk on fruit juice, can't you?
Yes.
That was one of the early Hoenn episodes, I think, where, like, Team Rocket were getting visibly quite tipsy on this recoloured juice that they were on.
The sense it makes.
Of course, so much of it. Thank you. You just walk backwards and forwards a bit.
Is that one sec when it goes back to the screen? It's like, is that a teapot on the right?
I think so.
It's got a colour scheme similar to Shuckle, and Shuckle is known for creating juice out of berries.
Rest in peace, Shuckle. No, that's like... That could be like a Shuckle that's been possessed by Sinistine, couldn't it? Man, it sure is a late part in this playthrough.
Oh, yeah.
Is his neck hurting him? Did you see that? Like, his whole neck was hunched over forward. Like, poor guy.
He's one of the NPCs that's just given up with his fate of being resigned to a single position for his entire life.
My job is to stand here. But this presser office, This is, you see Alexa there at the back. You will get a boost to your style points by taking her guide where she shows you around. And I get the feeling this would probably have been more useful if I'd been here earlier in the game. I kind of didn't bother. Like, she's still talking about the experience share as though I just got it, even though I've been grinding my way with it the whole fucking game at this point. But yeah, this does boost your style points, and this is actually a high boost. I don't know how, because you've just spoke to one. Maybe it's like having friends in the press, if you kinda go in that way.
Just like the idea of her just baby talking you still just like, make sure you use the EXP share so you're not under-leveled, as you kick the champion to the curb.
Here is my level 75 Dragonite, eat shit.
Oh, well, he's still got some growing to do. I could burn this building down. I could burn down this entire city. I have the Pokémon of literal death in my PC box.
Yeah, but she's got that ugly rabbit thing from this gen in her office, so...
I can make it bounce balls of yarn on its head for fun.
And it fucking will.
And it will enjoy cupcakes.
Stolen from your office specifically.
Walk out the basket after
Yep, so we are so stylish we can come into the rich people's clothes shop. And look like a right twat, most likely. Like, we can get in, whether we can actually afford the clothes is a different story, but, you know. I'm gonna say, none of this stuff on display looks that fancy. Are they fucking wellies in the display there?
Probably. One per past them.
What can we get? Like, look, the clothes are getting really fucking expensive now. Yeah, let's go back to the box standard shit they gave me at the start.
We have the peak of fashion of 2 extra things.
Yeah. But like, 300 grand for a dress, I'm fine.
It's not even a dress, it's a trench coat.
In that case...
So! Why didn't you say so?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm actually buying anything here, because I have much better stuff to spend my money on if I so desire, but you know.
The character customization does look a lot more robust in Sword and Shield.
It's great in Sword and Shield, like, there's so many different things. Like, again, if you're playing as a girl character, you get cooler options, but that's kind of a given.
I imagine the males is at least considerably better than X and Y and Sun and Moon.
Well, yeah, there is stuff that you can do with a male player, but I always pick the girl characters because, like, the girl characters usually have the better designs anyway. Because, like, the boy characters, I know Sukumori has mentioned that some of the boy characters he's gone out of his way to make them uncool, just so that they're relatable as like just a kid on a quest rather than, you know, being someone up his own arse or whatever. But the girl characters always get a better design. The only time recently when I've played as the male character in a Pokemon game was when I played through Omega Ruby, and that was just because I'd used May and Emerald. So I just decided to change it up a little bit. But here we are in the Stone Emporium. It is that guy up in the top left, I believe, that we're going to be wanting the goods from. But here's the stuff that the main shop sells. Woo. If you want one of the 3 Kanto evolutions, here you go, I guess. So he's chronically unemployed, I get it. That's a nice way of saying that he can't hold a job.
Yeah, but he's rich, so...
Yeah, like, if you don't have to work, then you can't blame him, can you, to be fair? Do we want a Venusaur?
10 grand, yeah.
Given it's usually like 100 grand, or 500 grand even.
Millions.
I forget if I actually use the Venusaur, because it's the Charizard one that I'm after, and you just got to keep on talking to him. Like, there you go, the Charizard Y. Now, this is the one that's taken me some time to get, because the other place you can get a Charizard Y is if you pick the Charmander from Professor Sycamore, he'll come holding it. But I got the Squirtle that's now a Blastoise from him then. So, I've had to wait till the post-game to get this, although I have been using the one that I traded out from X, so, like, you know, it could go either way. For the sake of the post-game, I am going to be getting a bit of use out of Charizard Y, just to show him off a bit, because I want to change things up. I want to show off all the different variants where I can. I don't think like I said, I don't think I'll be using the Venusaur, right? But, you know, are we really that bothered about Mega Venusaur?
I like Mega Venusaur.
Compared to Blastoise and Charizard?
So?
Stephen, I would like to see you pick Venusaur next time you play a Pokemon game.
It would hurt me a bit, but okay.
Yeah, you got just.
I still love Bulbasaur.
Yeah, but you got to leave that Charmander for Gary to take. He gets the cool fire dragon and you don't.
I'll drown his fire lizard.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I will.
Well, you do more damage by throwing a fucking rock at it,
Yeah.
but...
When I do play Sword, I'll happily drown that new Charizard.
Now, look at this. These guys have come out their way to give us something from the Professor. Look where the fucking Professor is.
He's just over there, just like, what's the point, guys? I send you on an errand and...
Are you too busy LARPing a superhero still? I told you to get jobs.
You're fired.
You can't fire me, you didn't pay me to start with. So, yes, as we are now the most stylish individual in Lumiose City, we can now get our pass to Killude. We don't have to be stylish to get this. This is like the next part of the game. But this is what we're doing next. We are going to make our way on the train toward the optional Killude City, and in the next part we will be doing a bit of a showcase of all the different things that show up in Killude. But we've got to ride the train along with all the commoners, which is a bit degrading for such a stylish person like ourselves. Just saying.
It's like, I remember that on the back of one of the signs in the train station, there's some text that says, I'll be waiting in the usual spot. It's never elaborated on.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, join us next time where we'll be taking a look around Killude City. See you then.